I know people try to make Houston seem like it's a bad place to live, but a lot of people who say that have never been to New Jersey before. That was my first time ever driving a U-Haul. I actually just ended up hitting a tree. My first night here, people already like, wow. Feels like I haven't seen or spoken to you guys in a really long time. I'm in Houston now, just got here last night, and last night I spent 3.5 hours cleaning that apartment, y'all. It was that dirty. Like, I used a white rag and some bleach. By the time I was done, that rag was as black as my braids. Like, it was filthy in that apartment. So after I swept it, mopped it, disinfected it, I did the pest control, so we shouldn't be seeing no problems whatsoever. And one thing I noticed is that the more that I cleaned it, the more that I appreciated it. Like, I'm just like, yo, this apartment is not as bad as I thought it was, you know? So I'm definitely grateful. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. This past week, I've just been so disoriented. Like, yo, am I crazy? Like, why am I going to Houston? Da, da, da. And since I've been here, I spoke to a couple different people who asked me why was I moving here. I guess they, in their mind, Austin is better than here. But that's not everybody's reality. Like, maybe Austin is better for you. And if it is, why don't you go up there? Like, you pick up everything you have and you move up to Austin. Either way, I'm gonna just be obedient to the Holy Spirit. And I'm gonna just come to Houston. And I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna make some new friends. I'm gonna find some new activities. Grow my business. Just try to live the best life that I can while I figure out why exactly I was brought here. About to head to Austin now. It's a 2.5 hour drive, and I'm gonna try to have this U-Haul back to them by 5 o'clock today, so we gonna see. Hey y'all, I am in the U-Haul. I just got done packing everything into it, and I'm about to be headed to Houston again. Y'all, I'm just so tired and weary. This is my first time ever doing any of this. Like, I had to figure out the ramp, and I had to figure out how to carry the mattress and the frame and all that stuff on my own. This was hard. Like, this is something that a 100-pound woman should not be doing. So this will be the first and the last time I ever do this. Next time I move, I'm saving up money to hire movers, or at least hope to have someone like a man or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Halfway through the journey, we almost there, y'all. We almost there. Stopped by the gas station to get some gas. It cost $50 to fill this gas tank, and even when it reached $50, it still kept going. I was like, man, I'm not putting no more than $50 in here. But now I'm back in Houston, and I kind of have to, or else I'm gonna break down on the side of the highway. But I just wanted to get something on record. Like, earlier when I was packing the truck, I was just walking towards the truck, and I was just looking at it like, it feels like my life is being saved. Like, I don't know where that feeling is coming from, or like why. It's so strange. And also, it feels like I have become the woman that I've always needed when I was younger. Like, I almost feel like my inner child is finally being nourished. Like, it finally feels like she's at rest, she's stable. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just getting a really, really, really good feeling from this move. So I just had to get that on record. I don't care if anybody doesn't even watch this video. I need to be able to look back on this later on in my life and just remember how this made me feel. So yeah. Barely ate or drink anything all day long. Like, I'm just kind of famished right now, so just bear with me. I thought that I was gonna be done by 5 o'clock, but it's like 11:30 at night, and I just got finished. All week long, I've been feeling kind of disoriented and kind of out of touch with reality. Like, I was kind of dissociated. Like I was here, but my mind wasn't here. Like my mind was just somewhere totally different. The day before the move, so yesterday, that's when I was like, okay, let me try to get excited about this, because it is Houston. Like I know people try to make Houston seem like it's a bad place to live, but a lot of people who say that have never been to New Jersey before. There's nothing really to be scared about. I had to let go of all those fearful thoughts, all those thoughts of, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What if my tires get stolen? Or what if someone tries to rob me? Like, I'm just thinking of all these worst case scenarios. It's just the anxiety thinking for me. I had to pray all of that away. Then today, that was my first time ever driving a U-Haul. I wouldn't say that I was nervous, but I was definitely uncomfortable because I was afraid of hitting someone else. But I didn't end up hitting anybody else. I actually just ended up hitting a tree and like the roof of a carport, but other than that, I didn't hit anyone. Like it was so much that I could not even record it. Like I'm trying to, y'all know I'm on here trying to be a vlogger or whatever, but that was so hard. I had a neighbor, he lives upstairs, and I had knocked on his door and I asked him to like please move his car so that I could back the U-Haul up to my apartment. And so after he had moved his car, he was like, do you have anybody helping you? And I said, no. And then he was like, oh, well that sucks. I really hope that you can get someone to help you. I'm not gonna say that's not kind, but it's not very thoughtful or generous of him to say, oh, I hope you can find somebody to help you. Like, if you don't want to help, you don't even need to say anything. Like, all that I asked you to do was just move your car. You ain't even got to talk about all this extra stuff. After that, he was like, if you have something that's really, really heavy, just knock on my door, okay? And I was like, okay, but I never did. And I was struggling. Like, loading the U-Haul is harder than unloading it. Like, that mattress, y'all, oh my gosh. Like, it was so, like, bendy, and it kept, like, oh my God. It was just a lot. It was a lot. What I ended up using this dolly to help me, like, carry all the big, heavy stuff. Because it's a spiritual move, and it's so far away from Austin, I didn't really feel right asking anybody for help. But I told God last night, I was like, even though I don't have anybody helping me, I wouldn't be opposed to receiving help. So with that being said, when I got back to Houston, I drove 2.5 hours back. My next door neighbor, she just so happened to be like, she was up, she was paying attention, she saw me hit the carport. I knocked on her door, and then I asked her to help me direct the U-Haul to my apartment. And she actually got in the U-Haul and she did it for me. I was like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, let me know if you need help carrying anything. I'll get my shoes on, da da da. Like, she was just super helpful. And then there was another neighbor. He was like, hey, my name is Joe. Let me know if you need any help, da da da. So I was like, God, thank you so much for kind neighbors. Like, my neighbors at the Austin apartment, you saw, like, they didn't help me at all. Like, dude was like, oh, good luck, da da da. Like, they didn't offer me any help at all. But just seeing how on my first night here, people are already like, you know, they just on it. Like, I love it. And it's such a small apartment community, so it kind of seems like everybody kind of takes care of each other. It's very peaceful and quiet. Like, I don't know, I just feel like this apartment is perfect for me. Earlier tonight, as I was dropping off the U-Haul, like, I was just so hungry. I was like, okay, I'm not about to cook. I need something quick, fast, and in a hurry. So there was actually a Domino's that was right across the street from the U-Haul. And so I just drove through there and I just started glorifying God, y'all, because I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but just a few short months ago, your girl was just working for Domino's delivering pizza because I had just quit my parole job and I didn't have any money and I didn't really have a way to be able to pay my bills. So I was just out there, out and about, delivering pizza, working for change, not even dollars. They was giving change. Like, it was just so hard. And then that's when I had came across that property called the Heights. And I don't know, that's how I received that spiritual, like, enlightenment, or I know I sound crazy, but it makes sense. Like, I received that enlightenment that God is going to take me to new heights, even though I'm at the lowest point in my life right now. I have a bachelor degree working for Domino's, but I'm seeing this mansion property called the Heights, and now today I'm eating Domino's, not working for Domino's. I'm eating Domino's in a new city, in a neighborhood that's called Houston Heights, just 4 months later. This is so crazy. Like, I can't believe that I just moved to Houston. That is crazy. And on my way back from Domino's, I was just doing a little bit of sightseeing, and I had drove past an Aldi's, and I was thinking to myself, wow, the last time I went to Aldi's was when I had first got divorced, and y'all, your girl once again ain't have no money. Like, I ain't even really know how I was gonna eat. All I knew was that I had $14 and I was gonna go into Aldi's and make it work. My broke little sad behind went into that Aldi's and I spent that $14, and that food lasted me for 2 weeks. Now, it wasn't great food, you know what I'm saying? It was tuna and noodles and milk and stuff like that. I just remember being grateful every single day for those small little meals that I had during that time. That was a very, very trying time for me. That whole year following that divorce, it was just, I mean, can I just be transparent with y'all? When I first came to Austin, I had a couple little small jobs here and there, but they didn't last. So then I ended up being a janitor as I was finishing up my bachelor degree. Like, y'all just don't know the story. Like, ever since I've been in Austin, I just feel like my whole entire life has been a struggle. So the fact that I moved, like, how did I even manage to do this by myself? Like, I don't know. It just feels like I've finally been rescued from a bad place. And even though people keep saying that Austin is better than Houston and why are you moving and don't worry about it. Even if I never figure out the reason why, I'm gonna just be grateful. I'm grateful to be here and I'm happy. I ain't unpacking nothing tonight. Everything gonna stay exactly where it's at. The only thing I'm gonna do is take a shower, fix the bed, and lay down, and then watch church tomorrow in the morning. I don't even know if I'm gonna unpack tomorrow. Like, these boxes, they're gonna be sitting here for a while, but after I finally rejuvenate, refresh, regather my energy, I'll be showing y'all the apartment tour finally, now that the apartment is clean and ready to be seen by people. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this vlog. I know it was kind of like long and probably a little bit weird and confusing, but I just have to get it out. And even if nobody even watches this video at all, at least I have a living testimony of what's been going on in my life for the past, I don't know, ever since I've been born. Like, I just feel like things are just being revealed to me left and right. But the crazy part is that it's always been there. All I had to do was just be quiet, sit still, and pay attention and be patient. Like, yeah. So I'm praying for y'all. I hope y'all pray for me. And I hope y'all subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Like, I love to hear from y'all. I will see y'all next time, and that's it.